So thank you everyone for a really great first session this morning. You guys dug in, done some sharing. You're squeezing the juice like we talked about, squeezing the juice out of the time that we've got today. So our job now this afternoon is, we've talked about success and what you're proud of and what you're excited about. We've done some masterminding and you've gotten a couple of your challenges solved. We talked about what's ahead in terms of the program with the sales activity challenge in August, as well as what's coming with the systems roadmap. So what we want to do now is my
Yeah, it's just showing black for me.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because I'm not going to be doing much in this session anyway. Because what we're going to do is turn the controls over to our two of our resident experts, Megan and Jason. And what they're going to talk about is the theme of really changing your perspective with in your conversations, in your discovery, in your outbound, in your prospecting, from focusing just on your prospects' problems to their priorities. So we're going to let them run with this. I'm going to sit back, learn as much as you guys are, and somewhere in between we'll take a little break in the middle, and then we'll be done for the day. So Megan, Jason, over to you.
Hi, everyone. I'm Megan Mishak. I think most of you have met me by now, but I am one of the coaches at Sales Qualia, and I help with everything from discovery through negotiation. It's probably how you know me. Now, the fun part is that I was actually recently on Jason's podcast, and we were focusing on this theme around like how really good account research and bringing on more qualified ops actually helps you when you think about the ability to focus on to really resonate with clients in discovery. And we were starting to talk about this theme that we saw where a lot of people didn't necessarily know how to uncover meaningful priorities, problems, pain of their customers, and thinking about why that matters. So I know over the last few months, even year with Sales Qualia, we focused a lot on going back to the basics of the foundations of discovery, right? Focus a lot on pain, use open-ended questions, discover more. But what I hear a lot of times when we do ask clients, why did you set up the meeting? What are you hoping to achieve? We get something that sounds like this. Well, I'm looking for a tool that does this. Do you have these capabilities? I want to solve this headache. And even like, I need something immediately. And while this does sound really promising, I think like as a salesperson, we get happy ears. We're like, perfect. A lot of times what we say is right away, let me send you a proposal. And it doesn't always result in a closed won deal. I think this a lot of times is why we get really confused after discovery when we think a call goes really well. We send them information, they seem interested, and then they go dark. And what it really boils down to is us being ticket takers. What I mean by that is a lot of times what clients bring you, they don't even know that it's not necessarily the biggest problem or the root problem. We really need to make sure that we stop just handling what clients give us, but even help them enable our champions to see the bigger picture or the root problem and really helping them get there. So what we're going to help you to do today is move your everything from prospecting through the sales process, shifting it from what clients are bringing you immediately. Those problems to priorities. A few transitions or transformations that we want you to think about are first moving from those short-term projects to longer-term initiatives, right? Where we're not only focusing on those immediate needs, which are very good. I actually, you've probably heard me talk about compelling events. We want to really figure out what's going to be very compelling and urgent for them, but we want to balance that with the long-term goals for the partnership. We want to move away from things that are pretty easy to solve, right? Like, hey, we just need you to do this one small thing, to those bigger priorities, which can be very difficult to solve, but also will be very important and valuable to solve for them. A huge one, I know we've been focusing on this a lot, is moving away from product centric to client centric. So when they say, I need a tool, even recognizing that we want to not call ourselves a tool, we want to even be bigger than, we want to be a partner to them and help them accomplish their goals as a client. From lower level to higher level, this is a lot of times when we're talking to more junior stakeholders that don't necessarily understand the goals of the organization, not stopping there and realizing that we need to actually connect with someone more senior. And finally, something I hear pretty often is when we talk to someone who is in one specific team, a lot of times those problems, priorities are siloed. What I mean by that is we've probably all had a situation where we talk to one person, they're like, these are the big headaches, I'm really struggling in this area. You bring in stakeholders from a different level or a different team, and they're like, no, we're not dealing with that at all. And really recognizing that if we can latch on to broader goals and initiatives, we'll actually be able to solve goals that everyone agrees on. Now, we can show you kind of the hypothetical, but I think it really helps to relate to this with a few examples. So as a sales trainer, I deal with this all day long. And Scott and Jason, you'll probably laugh at this too, because we even hear things like this when we talk to our clients. So some things I personally hear from my clients are, hey, we need coaching. Someone just reached out to me. They're like, we need someone to help with coaching. Now I could just say, great, let me help you with that. But when I dig deeper, when I actually push back on my client, I'm like, of course we can help with coaching. Can you tell me a little bit more about what you're hoping to achieve through coaching? What challenges are coming up from coaching, and what does coaching solve for you? I hear broader, bigger initiatives that are more meaningful and likely more valuable to solve, which is increasing quota attainment by 30%. I'm sure Jason hears this all the time. Like, we have really low response rates. When you dig deeper, you come to the conclusion that their pipeline doesn't even cover their revenue target, and they want to grow that to a really safe 3 to 4x. Low close rates, even if they know that they have low close rates, it's not enough, right? We need to attach to those bigger initiatives where we can double revenue in 2 years. And even high rep turnover can really map to doubling team size year over year. So I would love to have one or two people even just take a minute to really, you'll do an exercise where you'll write down some of these, but does anyone have an idea of like what their clients tell them in terms of more of a problem, and how that maps to a key priority?
All right, guys, in the chat box, just type the word share if you want to step up here. Again, your job is to squeeze the juice out of this. So the more you guys jump in, take advantage of our guest or resident experts here, the more you're going to get out of the time together. So if you want to get some help in this and some real-time coaching, now would be a good time. Type the word share into the chat box. Don't be shy. We're all good friends. I know there's at least 3 people that want to type the word share in, but they're not doing it. Come on. Don't make me reach through the computer and do it for you. Let's do this.
And while people are actually writing the responses, we're going to do this in we can jump to Jason and Logan as well to share Logan's story. I can pass the reins. Perfect.